welcome back to my channel. This is going to be my weekly makeup basket for this week. I did film one for last week, but unfortunately I didn't really have a chance to edit it, so I never ended up posting it. But I will catch you guys up on what I've been up to. But first I have like a really mini skincare haul, and I didn't think it warranted its own video, so I thought I would just throw it in this weekly makeup basket. So I made 2 orders for skincare related items in the past week or so. One was from Ulta, and they were having their Clarisonic brush heads buy one get one free. So I used some of my points and I got 2 brush heads for the price of 1. So that was really exciting. And then for samples in that purchase, I got a Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. And I also got this giant shampoo sample, which I was really surprised by. So at first I thought they had put something in my box that I didn't order, like by accident, but I realized this was the sample. So that's pretty cool. I'll definitely use this, when I'm traveling or something like that. Next, I put an order in for Paula's Choice. I noticed I was running low on a couple things, and they were also doing a promotion, and I had some credits, so I decided it was a good time to get these things since I will be running out in the next month or so. So first, I am running out of my toner. So I'm using a different toner than I usually use, and the old one I used to use with my hands, and the new one I use with cotton pads, so I've been going through it a lot faster. And I missed the old one, so I think I have like this much left in the new one, so I think it'll be gone pretty soon. I only started using it in July, so I think it'll be done by the end of this month. So the next one I picked up was the old favorite. It's the Earth Sourced toner from Paula's Choice, and I just love this. It just feels so nourishing and moisturizing. It's not like alcohol-y or astringent like a lot of toners can be. It just feels really good, and I think it really helps with a little bit of the redness I have sometimes on my cheeks. I'm really excited to start using this again, but it will be a little while until I finish that last bit in my other container. Then I'm also running low on my serum. Right now I'm using the Paula's Choice Resist serum. It comes in the darker blue packaging. I forgot what else it's called, but this is the first serum I ever tried from Paula's Choice, and it's definitely my favorite. The other serums they have are kind of a gel-like consistency, and this one is actually very light and silicone-y, so I feel like it makes my face feel less greasy after I put it on. I usually only use the other one at night just because it is a little bit heavier, but this one is kind of similar to like a silicone makeup primer, and they actually say that you can use this as a makeup primer, so I might start using it in the morning. I'm not sure, but I have a little bit left in the other one too, so it will be a little bit till I start using this, but I decided to cash in on the points and free gift with purchase. And the free gift with purchase was the Resist C15 Super Booster. I have a full size of this right now. I really love it, but it is kind of expensive, and it's one of those things where I feel like it's really good for me. It's a vitamin C serum, and I know that's good for your skin, but I don't notice like a huge difference when I use it to when I don't. And just because I'm not really making any money right now, I decided I'm not going to buy another full size, but I thought I might as well keep using it while I can. So it comes with this super teeny tiny little sample, so I thought I would, take the opportunity to get a little bit more for free since I'm not going to repurchase it anytime soon. But, as soon as I have a job after my internship, I do plan on reincorporating this into my routine because I know it's one of those things that will have longer lasting benefits for my skin just based on what I've read. It's really good for you, but I don't feel like it's an immediate need. The other skincare products I use, like the exfoliants, I notice a huge difference immediately when I use those. It really helps. I don't get zits as much, and when I do, they don't last as long, so I really think that I would rather spend my money on those products right now and then start using this again when I have more expendable income. And with that, I got a few little samples. I got a sample of their anti-aging lip gloss, and there's 2 in here. It's the clear and a sheer pink. And then I just picked out some other little foil samples. I really like to use these when I travel, so I got one of the toner, one of Skin Balancing Moisturizer with SPF, and then another Moisture Boost plus SPF. I've never tried this one before, so we'll see what I think about that. So that's everything I got. Not too much, but I wanted to share it with you guys, and I didn't know where else to put it. So anyway, let's get into the makeup I'll be wearing this week. So I feel like I've been finishing quite a few products lately, which is really awesome, but I don't really remember what is new from my last weekly makeup basket since, I did have that one I filmed and never posted. So I think this is probably new for you guys. It's the Benefit Professional. I've used these little samples before, but I finished the one I was using and now I've moved on to this. And I have, I think, another one of this, the Professional that's bigger. I just decided to go for the smaller one, use that up, and then move on to the other ones. I'm still using my Laura Mercier Smooth Finish Flawless Fluid. This is in my Project Headband. It's getting towards the end, but I still think it'll last at least a few more weeks, if not the rest of the month. I think this is a new product as well. This is the Laura Mercier Universal Invisible Loose Setting Powder. This is just a little sample I got with an order from Birchbox. It's 1 gram. And for comparison, I had my Be a Bombshell Smooth Criminal Powder. That was 4 grams. And I think that took me like 4 months to use up, so I think this will go pretty quickly. So I've mentioned before, the only bronzer I have right now is the Bahama Mama, so this is what I'll be using. I don't know if I'll show this in all my weekly makeup baskets, but I'll show it again, at least right now. So that's what that looks like. And yeah, I'm excited to see how much use I get out of this, having it be the only bronzer option I have while I'm here. So for blush, I had 2 powder blushes in my Project 10 pan, and I realized that just wasn't happening. So I've decided to really focus in on my Bare Minerals Hint blush, and so I've been wearing this a lot lately. And then what I've also really liked to do to kind of make it last a little bit longer is layer it on top of this ColourPop blush. This is a satin blush in Prenup, and it's a really pretty shade. But I noticed it was like sitting in my drawer and like the top layer kind of turned a different color, and then if you rubbed your finger on it, it would go back to this color. So I just didn't want it to go bad or anything, and I know these aren't supposed to stick around for that long. They're pretty short-term products because they are kind of a cream-based product. So I decided I just want to use this up and get as much use out of it as I can, and as you can see, I really hit pan on there. It's kind of easy to hit pan on these just because they're so soft. They're not really comparable to the Dream Bouncy blush from Maybelline, but I would say that's the closest thing I can think of if you haven't touched one of these, just because you can really squish it all around. Like I could probably squish it back over the pan, and then but when I use my fingers, so if you put enough pressure, you're gonna hit pan on it pretty quickly. So yeah, so I kind of have my eye to use this up, but it's not in a project or anything. It's just kind of a side thing I'm kind of trying to go for. So I've really been liking pairing it with the Bare Minerals Hint Blush. So I'm also trying to use up my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal. I'm really trying to attack all my cream products in the rest of this year and next year. So this is next on my list, and I also kind of pair it with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Incandescent Light. Usually I use this, and sometimes I put this on top, or sometimes I just use one or the other, but I'm really got my eye on this one next. So for eyes, I'm still using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Enigma, and I know I showed this a while ago when I picked it up, and I've posted a little bit about it on Instagram, but I really, really love this primer. I have tried all the Urban Decay primers, and I like the original and the anti-aging. I do not like Sin or the Eden one, so I was a little bit wary of this one because it does have some color to it, but I thought I would just talk about what I've been thinking about this in this video. So that's kind of the color right there, and it's really perfect for me. It kind of covers up the veining on my eyes, and it's not super noticeable or cakey or anything like that. And that was kind of my complaint with Eden, is if I wasn't really careful, it would get like cakiness, usually right up in here, and I never have that issue with this one, so I don't know what that is, but I really like this. I just really hate the packaging. So they changed the packaging to have this like doe foot thing, and as you can see, you can see right here how it gets all built up around the hole, and then it gets all built up kind of up there too. So it just kind of gets gross, and I have to wipe it off every once in a while, which is kind of annoying, and I much prefer the old packaging. I came across a bunch in the old packaging, the original formula at Nordstrom Rack, and it was so tempting to buy some. They were $10, and then they had little travel size ones for $5 or $6, and I talked myself out of it because I know I have a bunch of other primers at home, so I didn't pick them up. But I really like this. I just wish that it was in the older packaging. Then for kind of eye bases, I have two. I have my NYX Infinite Shadow Stick in Almond, and this is what I use when I use Garnet and Light Bronze and those shades from the Lorac Pro. Then when I'm using pewter, I was using my Bare Minerals Cream Shadow, but I used that up, so I wanted to pull out something kind of similar. So I have my Maybelline Color Tattoo. I haven't used one of these in a long time, not since I used up Creamy Beige while I was in Scotland. So this is a nice cool taupe color. Obviously it's very similar to the Divine Wine shade, I believe. Divine Wine shade that I was using with pewter and mauve, so I think it'll work really well going forward with that pewter shadow. I forgot to talk about my concealer. This week I'm going back to the Sephora concealer. Last week I was using my Bare Minerals one. So for eyeliners, I have a purple eyeliner from Clinique in Intense Plum, and I've been trying to use this with the pewter and the more purpley shades in the Lorac Pro. But then when I'm not doing that, or if I don't feel like it, I have been trying to use my Stila liquid liner. I've had this open for a really long time and it hasn't dried out yet, which is great, but I just don't know how much longer I should hold on to it. It says it expires in 6 months. I got it about a year ago, but I don't think I opened it until early this year, maybe January, February, March. Maybe, but I feel like it was more like February. I'll have to go back and check, but I kind of want to get some more use out of it before I end up tossing it. So it still works really well, and I found that liquid liner used to be my favorite type of liner to do, because I found it really easy to do wings and stuff with liquid liner, but I had never tried gel liner. I thought that would be a lot harder to work with, but now I find it much easier to work with. So it's really hard for me not to reach for my Inglot gel liner right now. But I don't think I would ever purchase this again for that reason. I think I'll stick to gel once I use up all the liquid liners I have. But it is a really great liquid liner, and it's obviously lasted a really long time without drying out. So I would recommend it if you are into liquid liners. It has a felt tip if you want to see that. Then I also have my nude liner that I'm working on for my Finish 15 by Halloween. So for my eyebrows, I have another new product for that as well. I am now working on this Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Dark Brown. And then I was working on this little mini brow gel that I have, and I don't know why, but I opened the new one today. This one is almost gone, but I think I could use it a couple more days. So I'm going to use this for a few more days and then start using this for sure. But I can tell like it feels different already. But I feel like this one has changed now that I've tried the newer one. Like this, I don't know if it's just because I really have to scrape it out, and like you can see a little bit gets stuck to the bottom, and I kind of put that on and then brush it out because there isn't really much on the brush itself. So this makes my eyebrows super hard and crunchy, and you know, I used this today and they feel much nicer. They definitely are in place, but it's not really hard and crunchy, so we'll see how much longer I decide to deal with this, but I'm happy to have a new one. And then I've still been using my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I really like this mascara. It's really awesome. I also have a Clump Crusher open, and it just doesn't compare to this, so I have not been reaching for it, so I really like this. I didn't talk about eyeshadow, but of course I'm using my Pan That palettes. I've been using this one. Last week I ended up doing a lot of looks, kind of really simple with just Righteous and Taupe in the crease. Righteous is kind of a cream shade, Taupe in the crease, and then Sable in the outer V, and then a little nude on the lid with some winged liner. I really like doing that kind of more simple look. It's kind of the same look I used to do with this palette all the time, and then I would put Sin on the lid before I started painting this. So I've been liking doing that in the past week. And I guess I'll talk a little bit about what I've been up to. So the last week I was in an outpatient clinic, and I really liked it. It was my second kind of outpatient rotation, and I found that I really enjoy that. So that was a little bit surprising to me because I never really thought I wanted to counsel people or work one-on-one or kind of with different disease. I've always been more about prevention. I'm studying nutrition, if you don't know. So it was a little bit, it's been interesting to find that I really have enjoyed that. But starting next week and for the next month, I'll actually be doing my food service rotation. So I'll be working in public school cafeteria. So that'll be really interesting and very different from anything I've done so far. So we'll see how that goes. but I'll probably keep it pretty conservative because I know I will be working in the kitchen some days. I don't know exactly what I'll be doing, or but I don't want like makeup melting off my face while I'm in the kitchen. So we'll see what I end up actually doing, and I'll have more info on that probably in my next weekly makeup basket. So anyway, that's it for this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. I probably should mention that next week I am traveling. I'm going to a conference over the weekend, so I probably won't be able to film a lot next weekend, but my roommates are actually out of town. They're both out of town for a few days, so I have the whole house to myself this weekend and the early part of next week. So I'm going to try to film as many videos as I can so I can post some next week since I won't be able to film. So that's just kind of where I'm at right now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye!